Hey guys, another day, another reaction, and this time, why does Belgium exist? We've already reacted to geography now, Belgium. Now we need to find out why it exists, and I'm still asking myself that every single night. Why does Belgium exist? From History Matters, go to channel. I love their history videos, one of my favorite history channels. Let's go.
Belgium. It's a country which often has to
Why is this
justify its own existence. Sandwiched
yes, but they can't.
between France, Germany, and the Netherlands, its population is divided amongst those who
Really?
sandwiched between France, Germany, and the Netherlands, its
I don't believe in Luxembourg. Luxembourg is realer than Belgium, and that is actually the truth. Like Belgium exists more, and Luxembourg exists more than Belgium for longer, and it actually has history on why it exists.
population is divided amongst those who speak, well, French, German, and Dutch. Since about 6 seconds after its foundation, other nations have often spoke of dividing Belgium up. So, given how often its existence has both been questioned and threatened, there's an obvious question to answer. Why does Belgium exist? The first thing to answer is how Belgium came into existence in the first place. After the Napoleonic Wars, Europe was a drastically changed continent, and one of the major changes that occurred was that the Austrian Netherlands was incorporated into the brand new United Kingdom of the Netherlands. King William I of the Netherlands was a Protestant who had little interest in preserving the rights of the South's Catholic residents. He used much of the South's industrialised economy to fund the North, and he was also a bit of a despot. This was obviously a problem, and in 1830, when riots broke out, talk soon turned to secession. William tried to crush the revolt, but many troops in the south quickly defected. William needed help, and so he asked the Great Powers for assistance. And the Great Powers did help, but they helped the south and recognised the new country's independence, and the new country was called Belgium. Recognition of independence was done on one condition. It had to be a monarchy, because none of that republicanism stuff, absolutely not. The Belgians would finally have a king that would represent them, a local, a Catholic, and a man who wouldn't try to expand the power of the monarchy and become a despot. Instead, they got Leopold I, a German-speaking Protestant who quickly expanded the power of the monarchy.
Of course, a German, always a German, always a German king.
But you know, 0 out of 3 isn't bad. Even with Leopold, Belgium had come out ahead, given that at the London conference France had proposed that Belgium be divided between its neighbours.
But why like this? What? What? Okay, Germany gets this part of Belgium. Okay, why does Germany get this large part of Belgium? But hey, I'm not complaining. Then why does France get this part? Like that doesn't make sense. Give them just like the French speaking parts. Then the Netherlands just gets this part, and the English get a part of this for some reason. Bro, who who made this plan?
This was the Talleyrand plan and was rejected by the British.
Oh, Talleyrand, bro. Not a good plan.
Because France can't have nice things had been British foreign policy for over 400 years at this point, and that wasn't going to change anytime soon. Also, to Britain, Belgium was seen as an important buffer state that would limit the scale of any
Yeah, that's the only reason it exists as a buffer state. And even as a buffer state, it fails. We've seen it fail twice as a buffer state.
future Franco-Prussian War, in theory. William I didn't accept Belgian independence and so invaded in 1831, but the French came to the Belgians' aid and sent the Dutch packing. In 1839, William accepted Belgian independence and the Netherlands would never again try to reclaim the south, which now included this land from Luxembourg. And it was also in this year that Britain guaranteed Belgian neutrality. Immediately after Belgium's formation, tensions arose between the Dutch-speaking population in the north, the Flemish, and the French-speaking southerners, the Walloons, whose language was the official language of the state. The initial hope was to get northerners over time to speak French, but fun fact, no. Tensions between the two groups would rise, but the threat to dissolve Belgium...
I mean, I can understand the resistance to speaking French. I would do the same, because I hate the French language. Oh my god. In middle school in 5th grade, I was forced to learn French, and that was the worst experience in my life. Like, I hated the language so much. It's crazy. That language, oh my god, I hate it. I hate it.
never went anywhere.
As soon as I could, I switched the subject to another one, because you had to take French for some reason for a year, and then you could replace it with another subject. Instantaneously, I did so.
Since both peoples largely saw unity within Belgium as better than the alternatives. So what about any future threats? Finding out why Belgium exists in the first place isn't the same as asking why it still exists. And the fledgling nation wasn't without its concerns. French and German leaders coveted parts of Belgium in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, but the British guarantee and the fear of upsetting the balance of power stopped any action. It wasn't until World War I that the second tangible threat to Belgium's existence occurred when German troops crossed into the country in order to get to France. Germany occupied most of the country, and after the war the plan was for these areas to be annexed into Germany, and these areas would become a rump state under a new monarchy. Towards the end of the war, Germany made a concession on these demands and would respect Belgian independence so long as it was split into two nations, the Northern Flemish one being aligned with Germany, who would gain Antwerp. This never happened because, obviously, and Germany eventually lost the war. Belgium then got to sit at the winners' table and was even given this territory from Germany. Although at first Belgium had made much larger demands, because it wanted to annex Luxembourg and to take territory from the neutral Dutch, since apparently
That is the crazy part, bro. Belgium actually in like World War One and World War Two, they wanted like a lot of land for some reason. Like, bro, you can be grateful that you still exist. Like, why are you so greedy?
Belgium holds a grudge. The last threat to Belgian existence came during World War II when it was conquered. It was originally administered as a single unit along with a chunk of northern France, but Hitler had very little in the way of concrete plans. The Belgian collaborators had hoped for Belgium to be split like this, with Flanders being merged with the Netherlands. Yet Germany was unwilling and unable to do this since it was busy losing the war. In late 1944, Germany then formally annexed Belgium, a plan which had one snag: it had already been liberated, and so that's not how that works. No
What?
other nation would threaten Belgian existence thereafter, and all attempts to split the state would from then on be internal in nature. Belgium's existence is actually quite remarkable, given that it spent one of the most dangerous periods in European history sandwiched between two nations that really liked annexing things. In the end, the Belgian people would find union together, despite their differences, much more compelling than any of the alternatives, and that is why Belgium exists. I hope you enjoyed this.
So basically, it just exists because they needed a buffer state, and they didn't want any of the other countries to annex them, so they've just been keeping it. Because, like, either you give other countries power, or you let Belgium still exist, and then the better option is to, hey, let Belgium exist. So yeah, it's as simple as that. See you in the next video.